Hey, it's Kley. Welcome to another video. I've been really enjoying the experiments I've been doing with my Blackface Fender high gain mods. This is a super reverb style amp. I've been taking it to a really next level in terms of gain stacking. Again, typically you have two channels that run in parallel with one another and join kind of at the end of the preamp. What I'm doing is, instead of running them in parallel, we're running them in series. So we're taking the normal channel, running it directly in series into the vibrato channel. And what I want to explore today is the high gain tone. Previous video, I outlined the basic mod, and I had a second video where I focused on getting the vibrato channel, the classic Blackface Fender clean tone, preserved. Well, in this video, I want to try to optimize the high gain tone. So we're going to take a look at this schematic. We're going to propose some changes. We're going to do the work, and then we're going to go ahead and listen to some tone clips. If that sounds really interesting, I hope you guys stick around and enjoy the video. Also, please check out my links down below. I've got a couple ways you can support me. I've got a store where you can buy some nice tube-related gear. I've also got a Patreon. You can support me there, help me make more videos like this. And I've also got an email address if you want to shoot me some questions or talk about a project that you'd like to work on. Send me an email, and I'd love to chat with you guys. Let's go ahead and dive in and get started. Let's take a look at some schematics. This is where we're going to get some inspiration to figure out how we're going to tame this beast a little bit and bring it maybe a little more in line. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're just drawing on some historically great circuits to try to make our high gain circuit a little better in this Fender Frankenstein. So this is a Soldano SLO amplifier schematic. Thank you, Rob Robinette, for drafting this. This is extremely helpful. Follow the signal path here. The green line gives us our overdrive high gain signal. So going to the grid of this first gain stage, out the plate, amplified, got a 0.02 coupling cap, and then this bit of components right here is what I want to look at. Now, it enters in this resistor, and there's a treble peaking, so a very small valued cap, 0.002 microfarads. That's just going to help give it a little more brightness. I'm not certain if I feel like my amp needs more brightness, so I'm probably going to leave that out, but an interesting thought to help give it just a little bit more high end. But what's interesting about this is this 470K goes right into the 500K gain control. And if we take a look, imagine if the gain control is set to 10 out of 10 maximum. That means that the wiper of the pot is going to be right up here, and it's going to run out like that. So all this 500K of resistance now interacts with this 470K to create a voltage. So it's like a preset, a voltage divider, a preset volume control fixed at 50%. So you're actually dumping half the signal because of how this interacts. And then as you turn the drive control down, you add resistance here on the bottom side and even further increase the amount of attenuation. So you basically always have a fixed amount of attenuation, even with the gain control on 10. So I think I need to do a little bit of that. Now I may choose to do like a 220K, because I don't know if I want that much dump, but maybe. We're just going to experiment with that a little bit. And then after the gain control, it runs into a grid stopping resistor. And I don't think I have that either. So that would help to stabilize things a little bit more. So a couple of the things I'm looking to do, first of all, this coupling cap, I want to make sure that this value is 0.02 or maybe even lower, 0.01 or maybe 0.0047. That's just going to help trim a little bit of low end. Then I'm going to add probably a 220K resistor here into my 1 meg volume control, and then maybe another grid stopping resistor here to just tame that signal a little bit so it doesn't get too out of control. Then going out of the second gain stage, you see the same pattern. Coupling cap into an attenuator. 470K into 1 meg. So that's going to dump 32% of the signal. So a lot of voltage dividing going on, and we're going to probably just mimic this similar type of setup. And so what you don't see in here, though, is a tone stack. So my amp runs into the gain stage, into a tone stack, into the second gain stage. I think I'm going to take that out, and we're going to rely on the coupling cap, the bypass cap values to trim a little bass. If I need to trim a little treble, I can run some snubbing capacitors, which would actually put a cap right here across the plate load resistor, or you could even run it from this area down to the cathode. Either one would work. That would trim off some highs and smooth that out. But really, I think putting in this voltage dividing network is going to be a better solution to keep it a little more full frequency, so we're not getting it spiky early on in the amp. And as that signal gets amplified, we save the tone shaping for later. If you look, the greens follow the path of green, so 1 gain stage, 2 second gain stage, 3rd gain stage, and then we run into this cathode follower, which is kind of a 4th gain stage. Plus, it changes the impedance to drive into the output. So drive into the tone stack. Actually, your tone stack is right here. So having the tone stack very late in the signal is something I would like to mimic. Some more ideas. This is a Dumble schematic. If we take a look at this gain stage right here, the second one, coming out of the plate, you have this 0.04 or 0.05 microfarad cap into 44 mega ohms of resistance, going from plate back to grid. That's adding some local negative feedback, which is just going to tame and civilize that gain stage just a tiny little bit. And so kind of combining those ideas together, I came up with this. These are the proposed changes that I would like to make in kind of an overall, maybe better view of the schematic. So here's our normal channel. Maybe you're going to mess around a little bit with the plate resistor and the cathode resistor, but those really aren't critical. But then kind of tighten up the bass a little bit with a little lower value coupling cap, 220K into the 1 meg. That's going to help dump my signal a little bit and keep it a little bit more under wraps. And then again into the cathode grid stopping resistor, Got a little local negative feedback here. Now this presumes that I can find the correct value of resistors. I'm not sure if I even have. Like I maybe could do like 4 10 meg resistors. So we'll see about that. But optionally, this 250 picofarad, this could help smooth it out. Another 0.01 UF to again tighten that bass a little. And then this is we're running 220K into the volume control. Can just give it a little bit of preset volume cut back into this gain stage. So I think those modified changes will help the amp sound a little better. So let's go ahead and get the soldering out and get to work.